G'day everyone and welcome back to the Sketchup for Schools tutorial series on my channel. This video is going to be based off the Sketchup exercises book that is available through Amazon that I have told you about before. This one we are going to look at exercise 3 of the book and just having a look at some of the skills that we have been developing and to see if we can do a slightly more interesting shape before we move on to some more complicated designs. This one is going to be relatively straightforward though, just a little bit more interesting than the ones we've done previously. Alright, so we're going to start today with a rectangle, and said rectangle is going to be 100 by 60. So again, we're going to have to zoom in at some point, so let's just get our rectangle in there. And 100 by 60, and you can see that we do need to zoom in, so usual shtick. Let's zoom in. Alright, so now we're going to pull it because we need to raise this shape up 20 mil. So we've raised our shape up, and now we're going to do some playing. Now the base of our shape is just that's all we had to do for our base. It is a vertical bit that we're going to be playing with in this exercise. So the vertical bit again is going to have, be at the back, it's going to have a 20 mil thickness. So I'm going to use my trusty tape measure to make sure that goes in 20, and do that on the other side as well, just for a bit of ease in putting in a guideline. So I'm going to pop that guideline in, and I'm going to increase my height to 70 mil. Now I've already gone up 20. So I only need to go up now 50. So we're going to get 70 mil all up, but we want 50 on top of this one. I can get rid of some guidelines as I'm going because I don't need them anymore. Okay. So we want this big shape here that we're going to be playing with. What we need to do is we are going to have some circles and some round bits cut out. So it's going to be like an arch type thing. And that's going to start from the very center. So we need to measure the midpoint, or go from the midpoint, and create some guides. So I'm going to use that with my trusty protractor. So I'm going to find my midpoint over here. Keep it green because that's the face I want to use. On the edge, so I'm perpendicular to that edge. And there's my unlocked plane. Okay, so that guideline is going to give me an idea of where I need to put the center of my circles. Now, the first circle is going to have a radius of 25, so I need to measure down with my tape measure when I find it again, 25, and then the other is going to come out from that same center. So I go to that intersection which is on that line, which is that midpoint, and I'm going to come down 25. And you can see there I have all the guidelines that I need to be able to do this task. Okay. So now I'm going to put in my circles, and I'm going to go from this center point. So I'm going to go 25 for the first one, and the next one, the whole diameter of the inside is going to be 40, so we need a radius of 20 to make that happen, otherwise we're going to have a way too big circle. Alright, so for example, if I was to put in a radius of 40, goes on the outside. We don't want that to happen. We want it to be on the inside, so we want half that distance. So I'm 20, and I've got a nice inside circle there. So we've got an outside diameter and an inside diameter. Thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in a guideline that goes all the way across that section. Why I'm doing this is because I'm actually going to take some of the top half out. So I don't need that bottom half to be connected to the top half. when I'm doing all those other little bits and pieces. So now I can get rid of some guides. I can get rid of that one in the middle because I don't need that one in the middle anymore, but I'm going to leave the other ones in there. I'm going to push pull this shape here all the way to the back to get rid of it, and you can see I'm starting to get that arch happening, and that's exactly what we want. So I do the same on that side, and you can see I've got that arch happening on the other. Now I want to make this hollow on the inside, so I'm going to get rid of that guideline, and I can actually get rid of this bit here now too, because I don't even need that anymore. So now you can see I've got that going all the way around, but I want that to be hollow. So push pull through the middle, making sure you hit that end point to make that hollow in the middle. And you can see we now have a nice little hollow shape. Now here is another bit that we're going to do. We're going to get rid of that extra circly bit because we don't need that there anymore either. So now we've got that whole shape. What I'm going to do in this next bit is I'm actually going to add some of the dimensions to this one. So in this one we need to add some dimensions, and it's actually a really cool one to add dimensions with. Same section of our toolbar, so where our measuring tape is. This time we're going to use this tool right here. This is our dimensions tool, and it does all the measuring for us, and it can label on our diagram. So if I want to say measure this distance here, I bring it down, and you can even see it starting to measure, and then I can bring it out and it's giving me a dimension, and I have that dimension now on my diagram. I can do that with the same right here and bring that out to show that that's 60 millimeters. All right, you can do other ends to show that that goes up 45. We can show that that's 25. We can show that that's 20. And you can see that those measurements are pointing to the sections that they're referring to. We can even click on the edge of the circle, and it will tell you exactly what's going on there as well. Okay. Then, if we really want to be fancy, we can go around the back, find this point up here. I'm going to go all the way down the bottom. I'm going to send it this way so that you can read that off the side. And now everything's there. All our measurements are on our shape. Alright. Hopefully this has given you a couple of extra little skills, particularly with the protractor, particularly with the dimensions tool. And hopefully this one has been helpful and informative and has helped you in your skill development, which I've already said. In any case, if there's any kind of shape or thing that you would like me to go through in these videos, please chuck them in the comments below and I'll be happy to put one up for you. In the meantime, good luck with your drawings and see you in the next video.